Hey there. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. I'm going to be doing ClairTarot readings for Gemini. This is for the week of February 21st all the way through to the 28th. Hey, Jessica. One of my most favorite, my Gemini buddy. All right, so let's get y'all. Hey, Melissa. Let's get you guys some guidance. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers and other mofos that want to be all up in your space. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Aquarius Moon. Yes, definitely let me know if this pertains or resonates with you, Melissa. I'm always curious. Curious, nosy, it's all same thing. Semantics of it, you know. I want to know. Hey, Amber Rose. All right. Let's see what's going on. Number 3, inspiration. Look at that. You guys are coming into your power. Coming into your power. I don't know. Is it Gemini that keeps getting this card? This card has been coming up a lot. Gemini, I think if I remember right, you guys have been getting that card quite a bit. Hi, Mia. Oh my gosh. I was about to ask you, did you move yet, Amber? You're about to board your flight. Safe travels, Mama. Have a very, very safe flight. My goodness. California already misses you. But I know you have to go where your heart is. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Mia. Let's see what's going on. Hopefully this is going to be some good readings for you. And you'll resonate with it. All right. So this card, this inspiration card, shows the Fibonacci sequence. This is usually indicative of ascension. Now, I see you've commented, my life is crap. Ascension can make you feel that way. Ascension will definitely cause everything to seem as though it's going to crap. And that's because it's a controlled demolition. Excuse me. True ascension is a controlled demolition. Don't believe that bullshit about ascension being all butterflies and rainbows, love and light, bubbles and bullshit. Let love be your beacon. Card number 42. Look at that sacral energy wafting off her. You're in the process of rebirth, okay? You're rebirthing yourself. Allow yourself to be like the peacock. Show your true colors. Let your feathers just flow. Just be who you are. Be who you are. Let's see. Clear out the old. And this is what I was trying to explain to you, Mia. You're clearing out the old. Things that you might not be ready to let go of yet. They're being forcibly taken. It's going to seem like you're being punished. It's going to seem like you are being forced to be alone. What's going on with my hair? My hair suddenly feels weird. But that's not the case at all. You're going through an ascension cycle, and ascension cycles will always take away the very things that we're refusing to let go but no longer resonate with us. Okay? So if you're going to be resistant to that, it's definitely going to be much more a much more intense feeling of suffering that it needs to be. Acceptance of love. Now, tree bark, they're not soft. Okay? Tree barks, tree trunks, whatever you want to call it, it has a tendency to feel very rough to the touch, very harsh. And so sometimes the kind of love your soul is giving you can feel that way. Okay? So just make sure you accept the love as it is. Sometimes we're refusing to accept the love in a very soft, compassionate way. We reject it. We ignore it. We ignore the guidance from soul. And what ends up happening, then soul will send another way, a way you're more receptive to, a way that you won't ignore. And sometimes it means getting rough. Sometimes, you know, I'm just saying. Yeah, Jessica Rose says, my ascension cycle is ripping me apart, but is still beautiful. And I get to choose how I respond to my feelings and thoughts. Absolutely. Ascension, true ascension, not that fluffy bullshit that's being sold to everyone. True ascension is a very raw, very visceral experience. It's self-destructive. It's not self-sabotage. It is the controlled demolition of a paradigm we have been programmed to participate in, a paradigm that does not honor our sovereignty and our soul. So that it has to be taken out. It has to crumble. Heighten your vitality. You got to focus on what it is you are manifesting, okay? With this card, with all that sacral energy, you are birthing the new self. You have to focus on what you're going to fill that new self with, okay? If you are going to focus on the negativity, you are filling that new self with more negativity. Doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means you're going to probably end up suffering way more than you need to. So, pull it down really quick. This deck. All right. Get some cards from this deck because Gemini needs more clarity. And I noticed that over the past few weeks, Gemini has consistently been given the message of ascension, that you are in the process of rebuilding, in the process of deconstructing, fortifying, all of that, back and forth, back and forth. And it's not that you're not getting anywhere. It's that as one section is torn down and refortified, another section then needs to be torn down and refortified. You can't just completely demolish everything all at once. Well, you could, but this method, although it takes longer, it's a lot easier to tolerate. So let's get you further clarity. This is for Gemini, week February 21st through to the 28th. All right. To be fair, it's going to just continue to be cycles of tearing down sections and then rebuilding, tearing down a new section and then rebuilding. This is to be fair to you, you know? It's not prolonging unnecessarily. It's to be fair. You're going to keep being brought to the edge. Just like what Jessica was saying, you know, it's been so beautifully painful. That pain is the teacher. The struggle is optional. Pain is necessary. The struggle is optional. The more you hurt, the more deeper that lesson is learned, the longer you remember the lesson. So that pain is an absolute necessity. It is the greatest teacher you will ever have in life. Round and round. Yet again, that Fibonacci sequence through to the third eye. You are going round and round, higher and higher in that ascending spiral back to self, back to your original state of being. These are all talking about ascension. All of these cards are trying to give you the message that you are going exactly where you need to go. This is a process you had agreed to. Whether you understand it with your conscious mind or not, it is benefiting you. It's painful, but it's benefiting you. Let's get you a message from your higher self. I know, me. That doesn't mean you don't feel like crying. Really, really doesn't. I've been through several ascension cycles, and every single time I am broken to the point of not recognizing who I am anymore. It's extremely painful, but my God, the growth, when it's done, when the cycle is done, the level of growth is profound. I truly stop being the person I was at the start of that cycle. I grow into something so much more evolved, so much more evolved. My inner and understanding of self, of soul, of creation, and my role in that co-created reality just ripens so much more. And we go through ascension for our entire lives. It's not just one ascension. People say, oh, I'm awoke. Really? You don't just have one ascension cycle. Some people think you do it, but you don't. It's a cycle. It repeats back round and round. But every time it comes back round, you're at a higher level of awareness. It's an ascending spiral. So let's get you guys a card from your higher self. This card keeps coming up today. Victory of Miriam. It's like creation is just like, come on, children. I'm going to yank you up. We are doing this. We're rising. We're rising. Together, we're rising. And creation just keeps pulling. Just keeps pulling. There's so many different ways to see this image. You could see yourself as either being ambivalent, just, you know, can't be bothered and just getting yanked up. Or you could see yourself so graceful in your surrender to that rise. I mean, however it is you want to see yourself, that's how it is. That's how it is. Are you this person or are you this person? Or maybe you're both. Maybe you're both. Maybe you're split into two, the twins, you know, and I never recognized until this moment that it looks like there are two different persons being pulled up by creation. That's a beautiful thing. Let me read you your poetry. Card number 41. Victory of Miriam. If you are longing to caress the moon, don't turn away from it. If you are not ill, why do you crawl under a blanket to hide? You are in a quarry of sweets. Why do you look so sour? You live in the spring of life. Why are you withered inside? Don't fight against yourself. Don't flee from what could be your glory. Like a fearless moth, dive into the flame. Why be linked to your obsessions? Burn out in the flames until your heart and soul are enlightened. Get out of the old carcass and form yourself a new body. Why are you afraid of a fox when you descend from lions? Why be a lame ass when you have the strength of stallions? The beloved you seek will arrive to open the door to your fortune, for love is the key that opens all your locks. You feel you are immortal, and I know you are divine. You feel you're not ready for the task, and I know that triumph is only moments away. You reach to me for protection, but you are me, and the protection that you seek is already with you. We are not apart. I'm living through all that you are and all that you love, all that you have lost and all that you offer to me in surrender. I am you. I am in you as your courage and magnificence, and any task I send to you is simply one of the tasks for which you are born. You are an eagle with wings ready to soar, so I push you from the cliff top that you may know yourself. Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So Aquarius moon says you never fully awoke. What if, just what if, not saying you're wrong, but just a thought. What if the truth of it is you never were ever asleep? What if it's the opposite? What if you never actually fell asleep? What if we're just feigning sleep? Because how can you wake up if you're fake sleeping? How do you wake up someone who's fake sleeping? You don't, do you? They kind of just fake sleep. So there we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and get you guys. Hi, Janine. I'm going to get you guys an animal spirit card. This is the essence of the animal that you're going to be harnessing in order to really ascend as far as you can for the week of February 21st through to 28th. Okay? So let's go. Let's do this. One more shuffle. All right. That was so much more than one shuffle. I enjoyed it. So I shuffled it a couple times. Dragon. Look at that energy. My God. All of that yellow right there, that personal power shining through. You have some of that root chakra coming up. Look at all that green, that heart space energy. You are rooted in the power of love. It is infusing into your solar plexus, which is then further ripening that green. I mean, and what is green? What is green but that of personal power and Melchizedek blue blended together at center? Just saying. I'm just saying. You guys are harnessing dragon energy this coming week. Let's get you some of that dragon energy. How's that? Yes. Seeing one's most true self, balancing the ego. The dragon sees everything. Its essence has been with us since before our first breath and will be here at our last. It watches us navigate the external world as well as our inner world. This is really about being courageous on your path. Like figuring out who you are, embracing all your fractals, not having any shame or guilt for being who you are. You are who you are. And that's beautiful. That's perfect. It's perfectly imperfect. Be who you are. See through to the heart of yourself and be happy with what you find. If you're not happy with what you find, make the modifications. Not with changing who you are. Modifications in how you perceive yourself to be. Okay? Things that you perceive to be handicaps, oftentimes they're not. We just perceive them to be handicaps because that's what we're told they're supposed to be, but they're not handicaps. Like, I'm told that I have ADHD. That's not a handicap. Most people would say that's a handicap. That's not a handicap. ADHD allows me very easily to occupy multiple dimensions. I can exist multidimensionally because I have ADHD. And without that ADHD, that would be extremely difficult to do. So I don't see it as a handicap. My perception is that I was made perfectly in perfect order, perfect measure, perfect time. I'm perfectly me. So you got to see things like that, okay? Not try to convince yourself that you're someone else. Instead, trying to release that need to convince yourself of anything. Just acceptance, allowing your faith to ripen into a state of knowing. That's what we need to do at this point. Okay, so I hope this resonated with you guys. If it did, please thumbs up, comment, share this out, subscribe to my channel, follow me on my other social media platforms. Just love on me, you know, love on me. I'm perfectly okay with that now. I used to be like, no, don't do that. Now I'm like, yes, love on me. I'm good with it. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to be coming live again. Next is going to be Cancer. Join me for the Cancer reading in about a minute. All right, bye, guys.